For this video, we look at the 7th pick of Team Liddell, Alex Schoenauer. He was born in El Bolson in 1976 and he's a retired MMA fighter and a current stuntman. Alex moved away from Argentina when he was 15. He moved to Las Vegas not because it was something he wanted, rather than being involved with the sport he wanted to develop his skills to fight professionally. Either Las Vegas, the fight capital of the world, where the UFC is, or in Pat Milicic camp in Iowa. He trained with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach Sergio Pena, who graduated him with his black belt years later. Alex won his first fight on May 19, 2001 by armbar in the first round. As tough goes, in Argentina they just didn't know the mixed martial artist aspect of it. So after the TV show, it opened everyone's eyes. It basically changed the sport overnight. Schoenauer by many fans may not be remembered, but for some time he was a big deal back home in Argentina. There is a small side story because Alex Schoenauer is traded to Team Couture as a part of a team reshuffle. For the fights on Tough, Forrest Griffin defeated Alex Schoenauer by submissional strikes in the first round, but he made his presence felt, opening a cut above Griffin's eye that almost forced the eventual winner and future champion out of competition. At the Tough finale, Alex lost against Mike Swick by KO in the first round, and he was let go by the UFC. After the loss, he went on a 2-3 run in smaller promotions before signing with the IFL. With a team league format, Schoenauer went on 5 wins and 5 losses over the next couple of years. Sometime before the UFC absorbed the WEC light heavyweight division, Schoenauer was offered to fight at WEC 36. He took the fight, but it fell through within days after Schoenauer suffered a really bad hamstring injury. Sidelined from the sport he loved, on November 5, 2008, Schoenauer landed a chance to get involved with stunt work for the movie industry. That eventually drew him away from mixed martial arts. He had one last fight in a losing effort on September 12, 2009. He never called himself done with MMA and feels that the door for a comeback fight is open. Still, 12 years after his last fight, he still goes on to train in a gym with Sergio and Stephan Bonner. He would have to pause his successful career to be successful again in the cage. He was suing GMP Productions after he was shot in the back with a semi-automatic assault rifle during a stunt audition in September 2018. GMP Productions specializes in action programming and works with CBS shows SEAL Team and SWAT. He's a very good friend and trained Batista for his first MMA fight. He wanted always to get back into fighting, but he was always working on movies and the pay was better than the fighting game. He didn't just do stunt work, he worked on movies like Fast 5, Star Trek, Triple X, Transformers, and so on. Schoenauer has done many wild things as a stuntman over the past years, from jumping off a 250-foot cliff to jumping out of moving cars. Being a stuntman is not easy. It's obviously very dangerous and a risky path to follow, but it's easier for Schoenauer than having his limbs twisted in unnatural directions and getting punched in the face for a living. It's mentally demanding. Fighting, the fight, that's easy. The hard work is the training, getting past shark tanks, going back to the gym every day after getting beat up, getting bruised up, and waking up the next morning to do it again and again and again. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it just breaks you down. His MMA record stands at 15 wins and 10 losses. He was 4-1 by KO, 7-5 by subs, 2-4 by decision, and 2-1 not available because we couldn't find out how the fight ended. He was 7-0 before Tough and 5-7 after Tough. At the next video, we look at the 7th pick of Team Couture, Christopher Sanford.